Hey, what's up, guys? It is Eladria here, also known as an Athalo. So, I thought, you know, I thought I'd go into the talents and your abilities as a warrior today, along with what they can be used for and why they're used for that certain thing. Also, please do not mind the horrible, horrible transmog here, because right now I'm still stuck in this. I'm still stuck in the season 8 gear, and it's pretty annoying. So, with all said and done, let's go and get right into it. So, one sec here. All right. So, okay. So, I'm just gonna give you a big rundown of all the of all your abilities. Um, right now, I'm just gonna go the simple, down, dirty, dirty stuff. Okay. Actually, I won't even go to that. Your rend is your bleed effect, which is useful against hunters. Not hunters. It's useful against every class, but it's especially useful against rogues and ferals like that can disappear. Um, your Colossus Smash. Um, you want to use that whenever it's up and whatnot. Also, what I've noticed, if you use this before you use Mortal Strike, you hit harder. And Mortal Strike is one of your hardest hitting abilities besides Execute. And I'll explain why it's a harder hitting ability than everything else. Um, I was just screwing around with the Siege Breaker the other day for arms. It rocks. I love it. Um, it gets the job done. It's nice and easy to use. It's really nice in Eye of the Storm because one, you can just hit it and it flies that certain target off. So let's say you're fighting a healer there close to the edge, you hit that spell or whatever, and they fly flying off, and it just pisses people off. Then you got Shockwave, which is actually part of one of these tier 60 talents. By the way, I would never really go with Dragon Roar, but Stormbolt if you're doing single target, and Shockwave if you're doing mass, and whatnot. But now for your Thunderclap is basically your hamstring. What your hamstring does is it slows your enemy down. It reduces their run speed by however much it says. Your Thunderclap is going to be reducing their movement speed by 50% for 10 seconds, which is really nice and helpful because one, they don't always you can't if you're an arms warrior, that's awesome for you. Um, because what you're doing is if you apply that in a group of people and you hit your sweeping strikes and then you blade storm, it basically gives you a whole bunch of cleave damage. So it's really nice to have that. Your whirlwind, you're gonna be wanting using that when your thunderclap and everything else like here is off cooldown. I mean, this is what I normally do. I charge in,
I need to get closer.
apply my
I
rend,
can't do that yet.
a Colossus Smash, Mortal Strike,
That
Execute,
ability isn't ready.
Siege Breaker. Okay, and then if there's people around you, I pop my Recklessness and Blaze Storm, and I get these nice hits. And then I'll just do this, you know,
Not ready. I can't do that.
whirlwind,
That ability
whirlwind,
isn't
until
ready
everything's
yet.
back up.
I can't do that yet.
You know,
Not
apply rend
ready.
again. You always want to keep rend up on your target.
That
Rend
ability
again.
isn't ready. I can't do that yet.
Execute,
That ability
Mortal
isn't
Strike,
ready yet.
and whatnot. So that's mainly that. You die by the sword. This is your only defensive as a warrior. Um, it's your only defensive because it gives you 100% to parry and reduces 30% of the damage you take for 8 seconds. And that's really useful when you have to learn when to pop that. Normally I pop it when a rogue shadow dances if their subtlety. if they shadow dance, I'll just pop that and reduces the damage I take, and it also parries them. So it's really good for that little burst that they do with shadow dance. Rallying Cry, what it does is it basically increases your health. So here, let me click on this. See, it shot me up from 314 to 418. It's basically a little health booster. It could also be used for raids, PvE, stuff like that. If you're in a raid, for instance, and everybody's almost dead, or they ask for a group heal, what you do is you pop that right when they say we need a group heal. You pop that right before anybody else does, and it increases everybody's health for that much. Now, Victory Rush, I personally, well, it's not personally, I use it after every killing blow I get, which is all the time if I'm low on health, and whatnot. Your Mass Spell Reflection, this is a big thing. I see uses for it in PvE and PvP all the time. You know, if you see like a Warlock and you're not on the Warlock in a battleground or something, you know, you pop that. If they're throwing Chaos Bolt at you and whatever, they're gonna hit you for like 160k Chaos Bolt. No problem. That's gonna reflect back to them and hit them and hurt them, whatnot. So your Pummel, it basically it interrupts your spells, interrupts your target's spell casting, right? So anyway, that's that. If you're a human, you have this racial called Every Man for Himself. Basically, it's a free action trinket. So for me, luckily, I don't have to have a free action trinket, which is nice. So I can just have one of these two here. Badge of Victory, which I need to replace, and I also have a Badge of Adaptation for that extra mastery, and whatnot. So then you have Heroic Leap, which just allows you to do this, jump a long distance and whatnot. And then you have Hamstring and Execute and all that. You already know what those do. And then you have your Charge, which is basically you just rush over your target like that. And sorry, my buddy's trying to skank me. That's basically it. And then you have everything else. You know, your core abilities basically defines your class. And also, I recently have gotten more mastery than I normally have. So, in a battleground, I'm normally stacking about 239 mastery, but right now it's just at 212. But oh, a sec here. Anyway, and whatnot. So, which is really nice. So it basically allows me to get these huge crits. So pop that with your this stuff right here. You know, you're gonna be laying out some deeps, man.
I can't do that yet.
Anyway,
I can't do that yet.
I would show you guys some footage, but I actually gotta go do some stuff right now. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown on your main abilities as a warrior and what they're used for and whatnot. Anyway, please guys, if you like this video, leave the thumbs up, share and subscribe, please. There's plenty more to come from and whatnot. So thank you guys so very much. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. Also, thank you guys for the support and everything you guys have done for me. And also, thank you to everybody who's on my friends list who watches this and helps promote it. You guys don't have to, but that means the world to me, guys, and I appreciate it. Anyway, have a good night, guys, and I hope to see you guys in the near future, and whatnot. So, anyway, I just want to say thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a nice night.